Hello, Royal Affairs family. This is Roy.
And I'm Yolanda.
And we're your guides in Royal Affairs, where we show you
Affairs done right. So that ended our that night, Key West.
Yep,
Key West and Manor and all of that good stuff, having fun. And the next day was the Bimini Beach Club.
Bimini Beach Club.
And one of the great, why did you do that? One of the great things about going to a port where they have their private island is it's their private island. Yeah. So you're there, and everything that you need is going to be there. One of the bad things though is the getting off of the ship, and you got to get up at 4:00 in the morning if you want to get a good spot.
What's up, Royal Affairs family? We are in Bimini. We are headed to the beach club. Let me tell y'all, we'll have to tell y'all the story. We were on the gangway at 7, and they were like, no, you can't be here. So then we went to Sailor Services area, and they said, oh, it's gonna be about another 45 minutes. So we went to our cabin, and we said, okay, we'll come back down at 8:15. Man, we came back down here, it was like a whole lot of folk. And then they let the little rope area off, and it's like the floodgates open. So we are headed so we can get a good spot. We'll let y'all see when we get there.
So that's the thing. Now, you don't have to get up early. You can, sleep in and then, lollygag on over a little bit later and wonder why you can't find nowhere to sit.
yeah. And so we've been on enough cruises to know that if it's a private island and you want a prime location, wherever that prime location is, for me it's the beach. I love the beach, but not necessarily a fan.
Your prime location was near the pool.
No. Okay, hold on. I love being near the beach. That's my prime location. Get me by the beach so that I can see the ocean. I am not a fan of I'm not a fan of the Bimini's Beach Club beach scene. And so then our prime location became the pool.
Oh, then our prime location became the pool.
Then my prime location.
You said to switch my prime location by the beach. But then here it's our prime location.
Well, because so I'm just I am not a 100% fan of the accommodations by the beach, and that's just me, personal preference.
If you don't mind being at the beach with hundreds of other people where the chairs are, they're lined up, pretty close. There's lots of them, but you're, kind of not right on top of each other, but
it feels like
in very close, proximity. But if you're just gonna, get in a lounge chair and close your eyes and, just kind of hang out, then, maybe that's for you. And then at Bimini Beach Club too, the pool area has two different areas. So one area is more near the stage where the cast is going to be, and the DJ booth where the music's going to be very loud, versus the other side, which you can still hear the music, but it's not right there, in your face.
Yeah, not right there. So and I didn't like the beach chairs. So
the beach is by the beach.
By the beach. So we found ourselves But funny story. So I knew that we had to get off the ship early in order to get a good location. And being the one that's like don't want a bad location, I was like, okay. But by the recommendation of Jen Danielle, of getting Ship Eats, and I was like, and that's their room service.
Yeah,
so Ship Eats their room service. So the morning, maybe it was like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, I pre-ordered our Ship Eats on the app, and had it delivered to us. I want to say 5:30. I got the time, I can't remember, but it was it
was good.
It was very early. And brought it, and I was like, babe, food is here. Food is here.
What? I gotta get up. to eat.
Right, food is here. Come on, we gotta get up to eat because we gotta get off of this ship. And we were up so early that we went down there where we went down there so that we could get off the ship, and we were waiting there, and they were like, "Oh no, you can't wait right here."
Right.
And I was like, "Well, can we wait near guest sailor services?" And they said, "Yeah, you can." But then I was like, they're not going to open up the gangway. And no, we actually went down to where to the gangway, and it was like,
can't wait here.
Can't wait right here, and they're not going to open it up until whatever time. Maybe it was 8:39. Y'all don't give me the line on that. Whatever time it was, we had about about at least 1 hour, one and a half hour before. So one of the other couples who also like, and we ain't messing around, we're gonna get a prime location as well. We're like, oh, good grief. So
it paid to be early, but it was like, man, hurry up. It was kind of one of those hurry up and wait situations.
Yeah. So we ended up, I think we went back to our cabin. I don't know, but we said, okay, y'all, we go reconvene in about 30-40 minutes, because after we had been waiting a while, it was like, it ain't go up. So we went to reconvene. We went to wherever and came back. And let me tell you, maybe we should have stayed, because when we got back, there was a line in the sailor service. And I was like, what on earth? What?
Yeah. And there was a constant reminder from the crew to, like, don't run, don't knock each other down. And I could understand, because people were wanting to get off.
If people want to get off now, and see, I only knew of it from like the sailor services from that deck. When they opened, when they said, okay, gangway is open, people came down from the steps from the other deck, and I was like, what? And we're walking off, and I was like, oh my goodness, where's Tracy? Where's Corey? And I was like, don't worry about it. They long as we get a place, and we're walking, and I think at one point I get on the tram, and someone says, I lost my husband. I looked around, I was like, me too. So these are the first camper. Listen, I left mine too, and then he came right behind me. I was like, listen, as long as I got a spot, we'll have. This is everyone that's coming. But again, just wanting to, we were the first tram, and so when we got off of the tram and got into the entrance, you saw a drove of people headed for the beach. Right. And I was like, yeah, we ain't going to the beach. We going to the pool area, and we were able to get a prime location in the front, just like we wanted. So that was good. And we were actually there, oh goodness, sun up till.
Now I will say though, while we were there early, it wasn't like it filled up immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, that front area kind of filled up, but like the row behind us, and I think the next row behind us didn't. So if you don't necessarily have to be right on the waters or the pool edge, and don't mind being a row or two back, then take your chances and sleep in a little bit, come over a little bit later. But towards the middle part of the day, no.
Around 10.
Yeah, about the middle part 10,
of the day, though, baby. It was starting to definitely starting to fill up, because I actually went back and I was like, oh babe, I forgot to take video footage. I was so eager to make sure that we got a good spot that I forgot to take video footage. So then I came back and said it is about whatever time it was, and started saying, it's starting to fill up. Or either rent one of the cabanas. Now we were going to do that because last year when we were there, the cabana price, I was like, okay, we could do that. This year, I said, y'all have got to be kidding me. So we did not rent a cabana. When you have a cabana, it's it don't matter what time.
It'll be there waiting.
It will be there waiting for you. But I like the area that we were in. Because the cabanas by the pool, at least, were kind of sitting back, and even the beach cabanas, they were not close up on the. Right. They were not close up on the beach. They were sort of sitting back. So, it's just a matter of preference. But if you don't want to get up early, then by all means can definitely do that cabana. But we were able to we saved the spot for the Davidsons, because they were coming right on that next trolley, and then save the spot for our cousin and daughter, because we worked them. Where it was like, I ain't saving. And then the other couples, they were behind us. The husband came and they were behind us. So again, just a good time. And you actually were able to do an excursion.
Well, but before the excursion, the food at the Bimini Beach, it wasn't very impressive. To me, the food. I ate enough to put something on my stomach, but I didn't want to eat too much because I knew I was going on the excursion. So one of the husbands and I, he said, "Hey, you guys want to do fishing?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go," because we had done that. Fishing 30-some years ago.
Wait, no, he ain't even. I was about to say he ain't even 30 yet, but our oldest will be 30.
Yeah, so maybe about 20 years ago.
Yeah,
we had gone fishing together. So I was like, yeah, I'm up for it again. And this was the same person that went with me early to
drop off the luggage.
Drop off the luggage. So it was cool. We went on a private little charter. What was kind of funny about it was that the ship captain and the shipmate, they were young cats. Like they looked like they was like, fresh out of high school. Well, maybe not fresh out of high school, but they were younger cats. But I mean, they knew where to go. They knew where the fish were. They knew where the sharks were. So they took us where the sharks were. And we didn't catch the big fish, but I caught. No, I'm not going to. Yeah.
You did something new, baby.
I did something new. We had a good time out there. I got a little seized or a little nauseous. I wasn't feeling the best about halfway into it. So at one point, I just kind of sat down and was like, okay, if we can just get home, I'll be all right.
I should have remembered to give you the motion ease.
Yeah, because it was a smaller ship, and it was doing a lot of this. Like getting out there getting out there wasn't bad, but like halfway into it, it was a good time.
Lesson learned. Next time, just put the little motion ease
in there, and when you cast it, you gotta catch the hook. I mean, you gotta catch the bait. There was some phrase he said. You gotta hook the line. So that the hook actually gets in the fish's mouth, because you feel him tug on it. You gotta snatch it a little bit, and then after Corey told me that, I was reeling them in after that, man. No, I wouldn't. But I caught a few more.
Oh yeah, look at you.
I should have. Set the bait, set the hook, set the hook.
I don't know. Yeah. I was still chilling at the beach club. Yeah. I was still chilling at the beach club, and I was like, wait, what time they supposed to be back? And that I was gonna say, that was actually the latest that we have ever stayed.
Yes.
And even though I think you had to be back on the ship at like 7.
Yeah.
But I think we got back on the ship around 5:30ish or something.
Now, speaking of that though, so when Cora and I were coming back, it was the decision of whether or not we were going to go straight to the ship or go back to the Bimini Beach. I'm like, man, they not going to be there. Yolanda ain't never stayed, this long. Like, she ain't never stayed this long. I said that about 5 times. Mm-hmm. So we kind of made the consensus of, well, let's just go and check. So we went and checked, and guess who we found?
But
still at the beach.
Yeah, we were waiting on y'all. And did your phone die or?
My phone. It probably did.
I was like, did your phone die or something? Because I was like, hey, y'all done? Oh, and I thought that it would be over earlier than it was. And then Trace was like, oh no, it ends at whatever time. And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, had never, ever stayed that late. But again, they don't expect you to be back on the ship until 7:00. But because we had stayed so late, and you're out in the sun, even though it's under the umbrella, and you're tired, and apparently the sun drains you, we had actual dinner reservations at the Wake, which is their steak restaurant. Mm-hmm. And we looked, I was like, babe, you want to just go ahead and cancel? Yeah. So we canceled the reservation, and I think we slept.
Yeah. Oh, but you didn't tell them about the shout out.
Huh?
From Darissa.
This was after. So after we got back on the ship and decided that we did not want to go to the Wake, and instead we wanted to get a little bit of rest, we slept and was like, oh well, let's just go up to the galley to get something to eat. And then after the galley, they had some shows. So we went to go see the Untitled Dance Show, and that was with all of the neons. And then after that, we went to the Manor, and they had, don't give me the name of that, where they had some of the Happenings cast. Mm-hmm. They were performing, and you know how you don't think that people will how are you remembering everybody's names and all of that? So we saw Darissa, who was a part of the Happenings cast
again, because we saw it on the previous
the day
at sea.
Yeah, the day at sea, and got to talking to her and everything like that.
No, Key West. Sorry, Key West.
Yeah, Key West. Sorry. And we're sitting down, and she was up there. She was after they performed. I was like, or was they getting ready to perform? Whatever. I was like, hey, Darissa. And she was like, hey, Roy, hey, Yolanda. And I was like, oh.
That happened at Bimini Beach too.
Oh, you were there?
No, you told me.
Oh, yeah. And even at Bimini Beach. I was like,
that's what I was trying to get.
I was like, because I didn't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, Darissa. And so, yeah, so just again, to show you how invested, the staff and the Happenings cast and everything like that. So that was pretty good. You said the food wasn't impressive. I must have been hungry.
You must have been.
Because last year I wasn't impressed. And this year I was like, now there were some things that I just didn't eat because it may not appeal to me, but I think I was more, either I was hungry or I was just more impressed this year. But again, got back on the ship, did not do the Wake, took a nap, woke up, changed, went to go eat in the galley, then went to the show that they had, the Untitled Dance Show, then went to probably get me another margarita, because again, once I found out the pink agave was the spot. Right.
Because at this point, we still had some Sailor Loot to try and use up.
We still had Sailor... Yeah, was it a bar tab? Or we still had Sailor Loot.
Yeah.
And the Sailor Loot is you can purchase it before you get on the ship, and it's just a credit.
A running tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get it, I can't remember, don't get me the line, but let's just say your Sailor Loot is like $300, and whatever you purchase is just going to be deducted from that. And so after we went to the Untitled Dance Show, we went to the Manor where they were having something. That's where I thought you were saying what Darissa gave the shout out. But after that, we were dancing, and I happened to look at our account, and I was like, we still got X amount of whatever dollars it was. And so I remember putting a post to my Facebook. It was like, listen, fam and friends, we got X amount of dollars that we need to spend. What drinks should we get? And the recommendations were coming in. But again, that was a lot of fun, because this was our last night.
Yeah.
This is the last night, and it was like, man, it's about to be back to the back to the world after this. But last night, and we shut the again shut the manor down. We did not pack before going to the manor. I just told her we will we cannot do that. Don't recommend.
We don't recommend that at all.
Don't. Oh my God! Don't do that again. But shut the manor down. Went back to the cabin. Somebody was not feeling too well, and I was tired, and I was like, I will set my alarm for whatever time, and we go wake up and start packing. Don't do that. Don't save yourself the headache. And don't do that. But yeah, that was our last night. But again, we knew that it was our last night, and we wanted to live it up because y'all know we got a group. Y'all knew we had a group too to get back home to.
Right. And last point, debarkation wasn't.
Oh wait, before that. One of the wonderful things, also a good thing about that we found that we love about Virgin Voyage, you can select your debarkation time. You do that, but you don't have to be off of the ship until whatever your debarkation time is, and you can stay in your cabin until that time. There are other cruise ships that are like, you got to get out that cabin. Like, I don't care. Y'all can go here. Y'all can go there. But you got to get out of that cabin. But it wasn't like that on Virgin. So we actually, made reservations. We were able to make reservations for the 6 of us at the Razzle Dazzle's breakfast. And so that's how we spent the morning that we were getting ready to get off of the ship. And we'll have to go back again because didn't even get to try all of the Razzle Dazzle breakfasts because I got breakfasts because I was like, I still gotta go finish. And there's just a little things that I needed to do to, finish packing, but I had to go back and help somebody else get ready to pack. But now the debarkation process was, I forgot to select us a time to debark. And I was like, wait, I've been having too much fun. I missed. I was like, I missed that. I guess we just go get off the ship when we get off the ship. But you can't, they recommend, obviously because they want to make sure that they have that, the flow of traffic and everything like that. But it was definitely a simple process. Get on off.
And what an inaugural affair it was.
It was wonderful.
It was so you've probably seen some of the social posts that Yolanda has been putting up for us. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us any questions that you may have, and we'd be more than happy to answer those questions. And stay on the lookout for what's coming up next.
Stay on the lookout. And again, if you want, Roy and I have been talking, and we understand, again, because of the subject, you may not know what you want to do. You may be like, I don't know if I want to stay. I don't know if I want to leave. I don't know. And so we're very aware of that. We're very sensitive to that. We're understanding of that. Our whole thought process, you don't even got to make a decision. Like, just allow yourself to be around other people. Allow yourself to have some fun without even thinking about making a decision, right? I know we've said a lot of times throughout this video that it was so much fun. We got out of our comfort zone. We did this, we did that. And that's one of the things that we want to make sure that we bring to our audience. If you are able to get away from and step away from those familiar triggers. I know we did a video about that then, and that's not to say that a decision is going to be made after that, but it allows you the opportunity to step back and not have that forefront in your mind, and you are being encouraged with other couples because other couples have gone through similar experiences or whatever that traumatic or whatever that breach of trust is, and you know what, they're out there having fun, and okay, let's try this. And so that's what this our channel is really all about. And again, what an amazing once you go virgin, y'all, let me tell you, you be wondering why I gotta go to the other. We know why we gotta go on the other cruise lines, because we got a group too.
Well, yeah, because Virgin is all adults. So
adult. What?
We want to take vacation.
So yeah, again, just be sure to be on the lookout, because we would love for you guys to join us. Love for you guys to join us on our next. I guess it wouldn't be an inaugural something. It'll be an inaugural with you all though, if you've never joined us before. But be on the lookout, because we got some things in the works going, right?
Yep. So if you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button. And to make sure that you don't miss any of our amazing content, make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell. So that you are in the know when the videos drop. I'm Roy.
I'm Yolanda.
And we're your guides in real affairs, where we show you
affairs done right. Why are we whispering? Don't know. See you guys.
See you guys next time.